Today, guys, we're back on another video, and this is what if Naruto had. This is what if. Today, guys, we're back on another video, and this is what if Naruto went back in time. Part 1. Let's get the right into this. We see Madara. The battle between Naruto and Madara. Sasuke was stabbed directly through the heart, and his body was destroyed by Madara. Was destroyed by Fireball Jutsu by Madara. So the Sage of Six Paths couldn't revive Sasuke. But what he could do was give Naruto both seals. That was all he could do. It was all he possibly could do. Naruto was standing up with an angry expression on his face. He had killed White and Black Zetsu earlier, but his opponent was strong, and he only had a little bit chakra left. While Madara, he was coughing up blood as he then smirked. "You see, young Uzumaki, I win. You lose, no matter what happens." As he then looked up, trying to do the infinite Tsukiyomi. But he then forgot. As he forgot that he had murdered everyone, pretty much all the forces, and the villages were destroyed within the crossfire. Even though they weren't close to the battle, the shockwaves and pressure had killed everyone on Earth. Naruto was currently the only one to survive, with Madara being the only one to survive as well. Madara then looked towards Naruto. "Damn it, he's far too powerful for me," Madara thought, as then he began the infinite Tsukiyomi. To realize it didn't work, he then tried it again, as he then thought in his mind, "Damn it, I don't have enough chakra for it." Naruto then looked towards him with tears in his eyes. Everyone had died, including his current lover at the time, Hinata Hyuga. She had died from the attack, the assault that Madara led. Instead of playing with everyone, he went serious at the beginning, wiping out a lot of forces and killing everyone pretty much. Naruto was the only one to survive at all. He was the only one. "You goddamn bastard," Naruto said, as then he punched Madara so hard that his heart exploded. Well, his organs exploded. Naruto then fell to his knees. He knew that he was crippled from this battle. He wouldn't be able to survive without a mate. And since everyone else was dead, he couldn't do anything. He then began to cry. Everyone that he loved was lost. Konohamaru, Hinata, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi Sensei, and Jiraiya had died as well. And Tsunade, everyone was gone. He had no one. Even all of Team 7 were murked, like destroyed. So Naruto had no one to stand by. Then a figure wrapped in robes then appeared. "Naruto, you can fix everything. Seeing as all of my descendants are dead, their chakra has returned to the earth. There's no reason to live anymore. But you can fix everything, Naruto. he said. As then he collected the chakra, he then collected all the Renegon in the Rene Sharingan. As then he crushed it, turning it completely into chakra. As it then flew into Naruto's eyes. Naruto. I don't know exactly what which time period you arrive in, since I don't I haven't dealt with such time travel. So if this is one shot, I know it's gonna work, but I don't know which time period you will land in. Naruto then noticed something weird. He looked through his eyes to notice that everything moved incredibly slow. As a matter of fact, the Sage's six paths of words seemed slow. Naruto then closed his eyes as he pulled the chakra from them. With his great chakra control, he noticed that his eyes were naturally pulling in chakra, so he stopped that flow, cutting off or stopping his Rinnegan. The Sage Six Paths then looked at Naruto. You'll you'll save everyone, right? It's the least I can do. As then he pulled in all the chakra from his descendants and other people that lived on Earth. From my calculations, if they are right, you'll land around 300 years before the age of the legendary ninja Hashi Hashi Hashirama Senju. The Sage of Six Paths said while looking towards Naruto. Okay, do it, Naruto said. As then the Sage of Six Paths said, wait. As then he called for the rest of the Biju. All of them then appeared behind Naruto. Join him on his journey to save the world. All of my descendants are dead. Please help him, my children, he said, while looking up towards the Biju. They couldn't refuse the words of their father. They felt obligated to listen, so they did as instructed. They then converted themselves into chakra and flew into the broken seal that Naruto's body contained. With the Rinnegan, he was able to regulate this massive amount of chakra. As then the Sage Six Paths Rinnegan began to glow, as he then ripped out both of his Rinnegan. As he crushed them, as they turned into chakra, flowing into Naruto's eyes. He then, with the massive amount of chakra, he then made new Rinnegan for himself. He then teleported, then made warped Naruto back 300 years before Hashirama's age. At this time, clans and villages villages weren't actually pulling together, but there were clans at least. Naruto had found a large mountain. This was where the Leaf Village was. He then carved out the mountain using his Owenjutsu. It was at the back of the mountain, so no one could see it from the front. 300 years. 300 and around 20 years later, Naruto had trained within this home for 320 years. So as you can expect, Naruto had become so strong that he far surpassed the Sage of Six Paths and even other also Susuke that could possibly come to the earth. As a matter of fact, he was so much stronger than everyone who ever existed. He could possibly destroy the universe if he tried or if he wanted to. So Naruto was admittedly the strongest person alive. Naruto knew at around tomorrow, Hashirama Senju and Uchiha Madara would march up the mountain, looking over the land to claim their new village, to claim the land for their village. Naruto then floated outside as he then sat down on top of the mountain. Around one day later, Hashirama Senju and Madara Uchiha came up the mountain. Their village was was a small one, but it was growing. It had the Senju compound and the Uchiha compound there. So it was good. Multiple people from around the world who seek, who suck, I don't know, suck refuge, sought refuge, had found this area. So they had lived inside the Uchiha and Senju compound. Later their children will become Senju and Uchiha. Madoru Uchiha and Hashirama Senju. Hashirama punched Madara on his back. Madara then rubbed his back and said, "Hey, what was that for?" "For doing a good job," he said, with a smirk on his face. "Why are you such a goofball?" Madara said, as then he sensed a massive chakra. Well, it was cloaked very well, but he could tell that it was whatever type of chakra it was. It was massive. Madara, no, Hashirama, watch out, he said. As then they both jumped back. Appeared in front of them was Naruto Namikaze. Naruto then spoke, "Who are you two?" As his tone was dangerous. By the way, Naruto was actually immortal from his Renegades, from the Sage of Six Paths technique. The Sage of Six Paths technique had made Naruto immortal as long as he had a small amount of chakra. It required a little amount of chakra for him to live forever. As long as he had chakra, he would live for as long as for forever. As long as no one killed him. Who the fuck is Killua Zodiac? Hello, Kalawa. Kalawa. Wait, hold up. Oh, this is from Hunter XX. So I'm assuming that your name is Killua Zodiac. I scared them off. Anyway, Naruto had quickly hell no. This is shit about to go. Naruto had quickly summoned chakra around his hands. Well, no. Well, basically, Naruto had appeared in front of Naruto's blue, his blue eyes and yellow hair were menacing. As the shade made his hair look shaded, which looks, I don't know, probably menacing or something. And his blue eyes looked like they could stare into your soul. And he could just catch your soul and eat it. They were weary of Naruto because of how scary he seemed. He seemed like a monster. He his chakra, it was incredible. Who are you? Naruto said, but they could tell that he looked to be no older than 16. If looks told him right. Who are you? Mamoru Chiha said, looking towards Naruto. Naruto hadn't noticed the similarities between the Madara of his time and that Madara, as until he looked at his hair. Since Naruto, what? Never mind. Basically, Naruto had basically looked at him. Anger began to rise, but Naruto kept it in. Who are you? He said once again. I am Madara Uchiha. Hashirama send you. Believe it. I like ramen and I'm gonna become the leader of the village. And I'm gonna become the strongest ninja ever to live. Hashirama said like a child, once looking towards Naruto. Naruto then began to chuckle slightly as his menacing expression then disappeared. He completely looked normal. As a matter of fact, it was strange how his personality had changed so quickly just from a little information. This made Madara very skeptical of Naruto. Which had made Naruto skeptical of excuse me for not speaking for a little bit. I am checking something out. So Naruto wait, yeah. Hashirama then Naruto then said, "You're building the village, aren't you? Can I join?" Madara was very skeptical of this this strange man, but he looked towards Hashirama. Hashirama then said, "Sure," with a smile on his face, which made him look even more silly than he had looked at first. Then, then Naruto said, "As a matter of fact, I believe I'm so strong that I could beat you in my sleep." In your sleep. If I can beat you, then can I join your village? Naruto said, trying to sound as innocent as possible. "Sure," Hashirama yelled out, with a huge smirk on his face, as then his face got grim and serious. Hashirama then flew towards Naruto, looking to knock him out with one punch. Naruto then disappeared. As he appeared right behind Hashirama, who was stopping himself, who was trying to stop himself. As he stopped himself, he felt a finger on his back. He didn't look. He didn't look. Tried to look back, but his neck seemed to stay in place. Everything. Even though Hashirama was holding back with that attack, Naruto still dodged it. It was incredible. Hashirama then decided to test his full ability, going all out. "Wooden Golem!" Hashirama yelled out. "Shadow Clone!" As he had learned the ability from his brother. "Wooden Dragon!" the Shadow Clone yelled out as both flew towards Naruto. Naruto then pulled out the blade on his side. As he unsheathed it, the gigantic golem turned into ash, as the dragon did as well. Well, who was presumably ash, because Naruto had cut it each and every piece so small and precise that it was as small as ash. As it all collapsed towards the ground, creating a massive amount of of a woody powder. Hashirama then fell down towards the ground. As once he landed, he had minimum damage, but his shadow cone had poofed. He then decided to go against Naruto Taijutsu. He launched towards Naruto, but Naruto dodged him quickly. His speed was far surpassing that of Hashirama. Madara's point of view. "What? He took down the wooden golem with the sword?" he said, as he himself he knew his with his Susanoo, he would have trouble taking on the wooden golem and the dragon. But Naruto just did it. Well, this person just did easily. Naruto was very wise. As then he began to convert And then Naruto began to convert his chakra into a pattern. As then he touched the gigantic wood and the two gigantic wooden dragons that were flying towards him as Hashirama rode them. Naruto had touched their heads as he appeared behind the wooden dragons. Mobility quickly ceased. Naruto had won the battle. Can I join your village now? Naruto yelled out. Yeah, but what's your name? Hashirama yelled out. Yeah! As then Madara cut him off from speaking further. Who are you? Because I know not just any shinobi can handle the power. Hashira can handle Hashirama's wood golem, much less with a sword, so easily. Oh, I didn't tell you. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. And that's the end of this video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For all y'all people who know bigger YouTubers, y'all probably like, who did he steal the beginning plot from? AR Legends? Wow! Because my name is Corey Kitchen. Sorry. Y'all know that I am not going to be uploading a double upload, even though I was gone for such a long time. Bye.